Brad, it's time to film the video. Are you ready? What are you doing?
I was just getting into character.
Hello everyone, I'm Matt.
I'm Brian. We're the Retro Sons.
Today we're reviewing another underrated Western, El Diablo. Uh-oh, that's not good. El Diablo came out in 1990. It's an hour and 108 minutes, an hour and 48 minutes, I wanted to say. It stars Anthony Edwards and Louis Gossett Jr. as the two main antagonists.
It also has Joe Pantoliano.
Yeah, and there's another guy too. Another fancy name, or not fancy name, another well-known actor.
I want to say MC Gainey.
Yeah, I think it's MC Gainey. But those are the only well-known people in this movie that we know anyways.
Oh, Jim Beaver's there too.
Oh yeah, Jim Beaver, yeah. So there is a couple of big names in this movie. Not as much as in Silverado, our first underrated Western, but there are quite a few in there. It's another comedy Western. I don't know if you guys realize, but we love comedy movies. Comedy is probably my favorite genre of movie. That or action.
Yeah, I like action, comedy, and westerns. So
yeah. So this has a little bit of all of that wrapped up in it.
Right. I must have seen this movie once back in the day. I didn't really remember it. I remember the two parts that we always quote.
Yeah.
But
we didn't watch this one half as much as we did Silverado, but it's a really good Western.
It is. I enjoyed it.
It's a little bit cruder than I remember it being when we used to watch it back in the day. I mean, this one isn't like Silverado level.
Right.
It's a little bit more brutal, but
kind of reminded me of Magnificent Seven. Also.
Yeah, me too. A quick synopsis of the movie. There's a school teacher who's reading a book to his kids about outlaws coming in their town and robbing it. And as he's reading the book, that actual thing is happening in the town. And one of his students gets kidnapped. And the sheriff goes after him.
The posse.
Yeah, with a posse. And they kill the entire posse and they cut the sheriff's tongue out and torture him. And he comes back to the town, but he can't go after the guy anymore. So the school teacher, what's his name? Billy Ray Smith in the movie?
Billy Ray Smith, right.
Yeah, played by Anthony Edwards. He goes after him because nobody else in the town will.
Yeah, he volunteers, but he can't ride a horse, can't shoot a gun.
Yeah, he's afraid of a chicken in the beginning. He's really out of his element. He comes from Boston, Mass. So.
But he's been reading all the stories about Kid Durango, so he's kind of.
So he sets out and he puts together a team, and he does bump into Kid Durango during the movie, who's played by Joe Pantoliano, or Joe, is that it?
Pantoliano.
Yeah, Pantoliano. Yeah, but and he's a flamboyant character. He's not really Kid Durango.
Right. He just writes the stories.
Yeah, he writes the stories.
The real one is Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah,
and they don't think that anyone would want to read about a black hero back then.
Yeah, back in the 1800s. But it's a pretty good movie. I mean, like I said, it is a little bit more brutal than Silverado was, but it's not a kid for movies like Silverado, or for kids.
Yeah,
it's not a movie for kids
right.
like Silverado is. I mean, this one is a little bit older audience, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, you just don't notice the stuff when you're a kid. You don't really think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it's a great Western. I mean, it has all the good elements.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
there's good gunfights, a little bit of revenge in there, backstabbing, all the Western tropes.
And redemption, kind of.
Yeah, redemption, yeah. And a growth arc through the movie. Because when Billy Ray Smith leaves, he's like, he can't ride a horse. He accidentally shoots 3 horses during the movie and kills them.
Yeah, which isn't really funny. But
yeah, it's not funny. But when you're a kid, we thought it was funny, but it's not anymore.
Right.
But then when he comes back, he's riding a horse. He's all cool and surreal. He's a completely different person when he comes back. Mm-hmm. And he decides to start writing books of his adventures at the end.
Yep.
And El Diablo is the main,
bandit.
Yeah, he's the main bandit.
Antagonist.
That comes into town, and he's the one that kidnaps the girl from his class.
I don't really understand why she just stood there and let it happen, though.
I don't either. Maybe she was just in awe of the entire thing happening.
I guess so, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a really fun movie. I don't know where you can find it. I mean, I bought this one on Amazon recently, so there's only like under $10. I mean, it's well worth the price.
Right.
I don't know if it's on any of the streaming services or not. I haven't checked, but so if you've seen it or if you know any underrated westerns, let us know down in the comments, and we'll see you in the future.
Talk more about the past.
Hey, what the? You wouldn't let me do this.
Is that what it looks like?